Okay, so hello and welcome back everyone to this another beautiful, wonderful video. So we'll not waste much time. I'll give you some very important tips for your JIGL examination which you are giving tomorrow. Okay, so first of all, we'll just go through the syllabus once. This is the entire syllabus for your JIGL. Now again, I'll tell you once more that this video is for JIGL old syllabus 2017 students. Okay, now there are 17 chapters, out of which there are 2 chapter which you don't have to read much. That is chapter 4 and chapter 12, special code. Special code, if I talk about special code, you have read this chapter in company law. Company law, we have already studied this chapter, so you don't have to read this chapter from here again. Then General Clauses Act. General Clauses Act is a chapter which if you ignore also, it is no problem. I mean, see, if you have already read this chapter, it is very good for you. If you have not read this chapter and you're thinking to read this chapter now before the examination, I'll tell you again and again, brother and sisters, do not go for this chapter. Okay, so will there be no questions asking from this chapter? There may be questions which are asked from this chapter. That is at least one question they may ask, but the amount of content they have in this chapter and the amount of marks allotted to this chapter is very unfair. So I'll tell you that if you are ignoring this chapter also for the examination, then no issue. For those students who have not read this chapter, and if you have read this chapter earlier, then you don't have to worry about anything. Next, all the other chapters you have to read very properly. 1-2 chapters like Indian Evidence Act. Yeah, I have to say something for Indian Evidence Act. Indian Evidence Act is a chapter which you have to go through all the illustrations only. Whatever illustrations they have given, those illustrations you have to go through. If you are going through those illustrations, that is more than enough for you to give the examination, okay, for this particular chapter. So illustrations is a must. Make sure that you are reading all the illustrations from this chapter. Any questions they are asking, they'll be asking from the illustrations also in the form of a case study. They'll be asking a question from this chapter. And the other chapters, every chapter you have to do. Now, I have already launched a list of important topics which are to be asked in the examination, which may come in the examination. Okay, this is my analysis that these are the important topics. So if you are a student who is giving JIGL examination tomorrow, then go through that list. If you are a student who didn't get that list at all, then you have to go to our application, mobile application, Exam Squad Professional Hub from Play Store, and then go to the free resources section, go to JIGL folder, and from there you can download the most important topics for June 2024. Okay. Now this is done for the syllabus. Few important, very important questions that I have to answer right now, and to be quick, very quick. See, how to present the answer. A lot of students are asking me, sir, again and again, that how to present the answer. Before presenting the answer, I'll tell you one thing. 2-3 important things, general things. Number 1, in your admit card, they have written that do not use black colored pen, only use blue colored pen. Okay? When you get your answer paper, the answer sheet where there are some rules written, there you will find their writing. You can write with black or blue, no issue. Understood? So any student who is still in confusion that which pen should be used, then I'll tell you that, see, you have to use blue pen. And to underline the most important topics, you have to use the black pen. Black pen se underline karo, and then with blue pen you write it down. Understood? Okay, so this is a very general question. Next, whenever you get an answer paper, you will get, this is the format from which you will get, okay, in which you are going to write. Now, whenever you start an answer, make sure that you start an answer from here. Answer to question number 1A. You have to write this in the middle, in the center of the question paper, the answer paper. Understood? At the top of the answer paper, above the margin. Next, it is a suggestion from my side that if you can, then draw a margin to the right also like this, and present your answer here. Always remember one thing, you have to start your new answer from a new page. always start a new answer from a new page. Now there are certain instances when a student, what they do is they are writing question number 1. Okay, they will write question number 1a. Next page they are starting with question number 1b, but they are just simply writing question number answer to question number b. Now which b the examiner won't know, and you will be awarded 0 marks. So always, whichever sub question you are writing, always write the number along with the sub question whatever you are writing. Okay, for example, you are writing 1b, so you have to write answer to question number 1b like this, okay, at the top of the page. Understood? Always start a new answer with a new page. Never continue a same page with a new answer. Understood? This is very clear for the presentation. Okay, and one more thing, yeah, very important, very important. See, few students might be asking, so this is question number 1, question number 2, question number 2a, question number 3, question number 4, question number 5a, question number 6, for example. Okay, questions. Now sir, if there is a situation where I know these questions very properly, then can I write from these questions? Can I start my answer from these questions? Yes, you can, and you should. The first few pages of your answer paper, make sure that you do not scribble anything. Okay, it should be very clean. First impression is the last impression. And basically, I'll tell you, I do not trust ICSI even 1%. Okay, so make sure that you are doing your best. Okay, and rest is to Mahadev and God. Okay, see, understand this very properly, that you can answer whichever question you want. At the starting of the page, you can start with whichever question you want. Okay, you may answer question number 2, then question number 4, then question number 5, and after that, whichever questions you are having doubt, those questions you start from the middle of the answer sheet or at the end of the answer sheet. Okay, do not start your page, your answers with a question which you don't know, which you're not sure of, and just so that you want to write your answer from question number 1, that's why you're attempting it, but you don't know question number 1 at all, just imagining and writing it down. Do not do also those kind of silly mistakes. Start with a question which you are very much sure enough. Okay, and one more thing, yeah, see, if you're attempting question number 2, make sure whatever sub questions they are asking in question number 2, you know those sub questions and you're attempting all. Okay, question number 2, A, B, C, D. If 4 questions are asked, you answer all these 4 questions and then move to question number 4. Okay, this much if you can do, then your presentation will be very much neat and clean, and the examiner will like it. The examiner won't find it difficult for him to check your answer paper, and as easy it is for him to check your answer paper, he will be more impressed. He'll give you marks. खुले दिल से marks देगा वो. Understood? Okay, for moderation, I have seen students getting 17, 18 marks. Now for moderation, teachers or institutes say that they give marks because the paper is too much tough. Okay, so that's why they sometimes give some extra marks. So what I feel is your presentation gives an extra additional marks to you. Okay, so make sure that your presentation is very good. Now this is done with your how to present the answers. Now one more very important thing, a lot of students find JIGL to be a very difficult subject, but what I feel is JIGL is very easy in terms of scoring marks. How? JIGL is a paper where you can write down your answer in your own way, just making sure that you are not changing the entire meaning of the answer. Whatever question they are asking, whatever answer it is there in the institute's material regarding that question, you are writing the same but in your own language. If you can write the same thing in your own language, you will get full marks. You don't have to copy paste everything whatever it is written in the institute material. You just have to make sure that you are writing the correct answer, the correct thing, okay, in your own way. Understood? Clear? JIGL में full marks मिलेगा. You don't have to worry about that. Next, in terms of that's done. Next is which answer to attempt first. This I have already covered. Whichever question you are confident of, you have to answer that. Understood? Next, how to cover 100% paper in 3 hours. Now the key mantra is this: you have to practice, practice, practice. Okay, practice, 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 and practice. Practice. How can you practice? Either you give mock test, or you previous term question paper you solve. So if you're doing all of this, then you can manage your time. You don't have to worry about that. But if you're a student who didn't do that at all, then it's a BAP. It's kind of a terrorist activity that you're doing. Okay. You are a Pakistan agent and you're coming to India. Your examination hall is a Indian ground where you're going to enter and doing all those nonsense things. Now that's why I'm telling you practice is so much important. How to manage your time. Again, I'll tell you, if you're a student who have not managed your time so far and you are going to give your examination tomorrow and you're thinking how to manage the time, I'll tell you one more thing, one cheat code. Whenever you're getting your question paper, this is your question paper. A lot of questions, question number 2, question number 3, question number 4, question number 5, question number 6, question number 1. You have to go through the entire question paper for the first 5 to 10 minutes. You go through the entire question paper, tick the questions which you know properly. Okay, and then after ticking, you know that these questions are the questions which I know very properly. You start writing. You don't see, after finishing question number 1, you don't see that you know question number 6. Should you attempt question number 2 or not? You know question number 2 or not? You should attempt or not? No, you have not ticked question number 2. Get lost. Don't write that. Go to question number 3, then question number 5, then question number 6, and after completing all of this, then come back to question number 2, question number 4. Understood? Sir, 100% paper, is it mandatory to attempt? Yes, 100% it is mandatory to attempt. I'll give you an example, okay? See, I don't trust ICSI at all. 1% also I don't trust ICSI at all. A student of mine who has, who is preparing for professional examination, given 1-2 groups of professional examination, very recently, he was very confident in one particular subject. When recently the results were out for December 2023, he was very much confident for one particular subject, which he told that, sir, this subject to 60 plus, definitely no issue. I thought okay, we'll see when the results are out, and it's good for you if you're confident enough. Then what happened when the results were out? He got 13 marks, 12 or 13 marks, something like that. Okay. He was shocked. He told me, sir, this paper to mera best hua tha. How can I get 13 and 12 marks? So I asked him, you do one thing, you go to the website and ask for RTI. I mean, you do your RTI and then get your papers. When he got his papers, he was surprised to see that around 50 marks answers were not checked, were unchecked, were not checked at all. Didn't check at all. ICSI teachers or the paper checkers, whoever they are, they didn't check 50 marks. Understand this. How can a person... See, for this we can go to High Court, Supreme Court and do whatsoever. But we don't have time for all that. That particular student don't have time for all this. This is our shitty education system. And we have to go through this. Okay. Neither the student have time nor money to fight for all this. What we can do is, we have to make sure that we are doing 100%. Whatever rights we have from our end, we are doing 100%. So he exercised his right for doing RTI, getting the paper and getting it rechecked. What I'm telling you is that you have to answer 100% questions. Why? Because if the answer paper checker, whoever is checking, if that guy is thinking that, okay, today I have no mood in checking the paper, I will give 2 marks, 2 marks, 2 marks, to average marks to all the questions, and let's see how much he scores. Then what will happen is, if you are attempting 100% of the question paper, then at least you will get pass mark. 40 plus के ऊपर 50 plus 40 plus आ जाएगा आपका. Okay? 40-50 आ जाएगा आपका. Understood? So that's why, even though you are eligible for getting 4 marks in this question paper, if ICSI gives you 2 marks, you cannot question back that why did you give 2 marks to me. So let's use our all luck and all rights, whatever we have, to counter them, to make sure that we are right in our own way, and then we are doing all the things that are possible to crack the examination. Understood? So 100% paper is mandatory. You have to write it down. Okay, so these are the few things which you have to make sure that you are doing before you sit for the examination. And just go through the examination. JIGL paper, I'm very much confident that it's going to be very, very easy. It's not going to be tough at all. It's going to be very easy. and just make sure that you attempt and give your best. Few of the resources, some question, some what do you call this, papers and notes and all, I will be making it available in our application free resources section today itself, and you can go and check it out. Okay, and you can just go through it if you want it. Okay, so thank you so much everyone. If you like the video, then do like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much everyone. Happy learning guys. Bye bye. Take care.